Hey, what's up guys? So today I'm just going to do a fun little video kind of informing you about the Ride Concept shoes. They've been kind enough to send me a couple sets of shoes over the past year, and I've put a lot of time in on this model and this model particularly. So I've had the Livewire for 6 months, I've had this Wildcat for about 6 months, and they just sent me the Powerline about a month and a half ago. And I've had a lot of long-term riding in them, trail riding, day-to-day, just going out crushing miles, as well as doing dirt jumps, hitting the bike park, and even a few laps at Whistler. So I feel like I have a pretty good, well-rounded experience with these shoes, and I just wanted to kind of pass some information along to you guys and tell you why I think they're a really good option. All right, so first of all, why would you go with a Ride Concept shoe versus something like a 510 when you already know they're established, they have good rubber? Like, what would make you go with something like this, and why would I pick them? And the answer to that is protection. So what I've found with these shoes compared to like a 510 is the amount of protection that they have built into the shoe is bar none, like the best I've found. Starting with the liner. So you have a D3O foam pad in the heel and the forefoot. In case you hit a jump, come off in the air, put your foot out, kind of stab it, or even just going through a corner or something. Having a little bit of extra protection there has been really, really nice. I definitely have had it save me a few times, and I think it's pretty cool that they've done this from the $100 shoe, $120, and the $150. They all come with the liner, which is pretty awesome. Number two reason why I would pick the Ride Concept over something like 510 is the toe box. So what I mean by that is they've really done a good job of reinforcing the toe box. Whereas on some shoes, they have a pretty soft toe box, and when you're riding, there's a rock sticking out or a root, and you clip it, like you really feel that impact. And I've even seen people like break their pinky toes before wearing shoes that weren't protective enough. So I think it's pretty cool to see that they put so much emphasis on the toe box. That's something I always look for when I go tour a shoe. You want it to have a really stiff toe box side to side, but still have flex here so you can feel the pedal. I think they do a great job of it on the Livewire and the Wildcat. These are really stiff shoes, really robust. The cool thing though is on this Powerline, which is the newest and most expensive shoe, it has a super solid toe box with a lot of room, but it's really flexible. So these have kind of been my go-to for that reason. But overall, with the price point, having a $100 shoe with this built-in liner and the toe box protection that this offers is pretty awesome. So another cool feature about these shoes is that you can kind of pick the shoe based on how much grip you want or how sticky you want the rubber to be. So like dirt jumping, you want to be able to move around a little bit more and have a little bit more slip, especially if you're like kind of landing on the pedal a little crooked, you want to readjust and go off the next jump with your foot on straight. Downhill, trail bike riding, I like a little bit stickier shoe that's just going to keep me planted. And what's cool is that the Livewire and this Wildcat here use their rubber, which is called the DST 6.0. The higher the number, the less grip. The lower the number, the more grip. So these two use the 6.0 rubber. This new Powerline shoe uses the 4.0 rubber. So this is a little bit grippier, a little bit tackier, kind of just keeps your foot stuck. Whereas if I'm like dirt jumping or something, then these are kind of my go-to shoes. Gives me enough grip to stay on the pedals, but enough to kind of like readjust my foot if I'm going up a lip and my foot's not on all the way. So these have been really awesome for that. Like I said, on the website, you can kind of see next to the shoe, it says DST 6.0, 6.0, or 4.0. I think the 4.0 rubber is what you'd want to choose if you're doing trail riding or downhill. So realistically, right now, I think that the Powerline is kind of the only shoe that I would go with for trail riding or downhill riding. This is like a really solid option for that. However, like I said, if I'm dirt jumping or kind of just playing around pump track riding or have a pair of shoes that you want to wear all day at work and get off work and go ride, then I think these Livewires are pretty cool. And this Wildcat is a really robust kind of slope style dirt jump high top shoe, or for someone that has ankle problems, then these are really rad for that as well. So let's talk about my experiences on these. I had quite a bit of time on this shoe and I actually really liked it. I think the Livewire is a great shoe. It's a little bit shallower in the heel cup, a little bit less protection on the side of the ankle, but overall it's a pretty flexible shoe without being flimsy. If that makes sense, you can still feel the pedal, it's there, you can kind of move around on it, but it doesn't feel like when you're landing you're going to have your foot fold over or anything weird like that. They have a really cool feature here, just an elastic thing that holds the laces underneath there right, nice and tight. So that's always nice, that way you're not getting your laces caught in the pedals or the chain or anything weird. Like I said, the toe box is really good. This is probably like the most breathable shoe that they have that I've tested. So if you're riding in hot conditions and you just want something that's going to be an all-day shoe, kind of go to the dirt jump park, go to the pump track, do whatever, then this is a really great shoe for that. Next we have the Wildcat. So I rode this one for quite a bit, kind of initially, and I actually really like it because I had some ankle problems in the past, and with this high top and then the little cutout in the back here, it gives me the high top support without like the chafing and rub that a normal high top shoe will give me on a longer pedal. So for a while, this is my absolute favorite shoe. This is what I wear all the time. It's really sick. The only negative on this shoe is that it takes a while to put on. With all the laces and how many times it doubles back and forth and this cover, it takes a couple minutes to put the shoe on, whereas like if you're used to just grabbing it, hooking it on the back of your foot and going, then that might be a little bit annoying. So other than that though, this is a great shoe. It is stiffer than the Livewire, so it's a little bit more kind of chunky feeling, but it also offers more protection because of that. And then finally in July, they came out with the Powerline, and this has been an awesome shoe. This is kind of my go-to. Like I said, it has a super beefy toe box. It has a little bit more room, I find, than the other two models. It has D3O on the inside of the heel here and kind of a raised inside heel where you're going to be on the crank arm. It has a little bit of a drop here and still doesn't give me any problems on long days pedaling with this low cut back. Another cool thing is that it has a little bit more breathability here just directly in the toe, and it's also like more of a waterproof kind of synthetic material instead of more of like a synthetic leather. So this is a really nice material for like muddy rides. Just hose your shoes off, ready to go. As you can see, I've been riding in these quite a bit and they're pretty sick. I also do prefer the 4.0 rubber more so than the 6.0 personally. And I would kind of choose this shoe like day in, day out. Ever since it has come out, I haven't really touched these two. But if I was going to go like do a big dirt jump contest or go hit some big jumps, I'd probably use the Wildcat. And then if I'm going to work all day and hanging out in the office, then I think the Livewire is a great option. So yeah, I hope that gives you guys kind of a little bit of a rundown on what Ride Concepts has to offer. It's pretty cool that this company is coming into the industry. They're rider owned. They're really passionate about bikes. They just want to make awesome stuff and get people stoked on riding and give people an alternative to like the big brand like 510, which is now owned by Adidas. I know there's a lot of bike shops that are small independent bike shops that don't want to carry a big name brand shoe like an Adidas. So it's cool that Ride Concepts coming out, kind of giving shops a rider-owned alternative, and it's pretty sick to see that they're doing such a good job right off the bat. I really do feel like this Powerline shoe is probably one of the best flat pedal shoes I've ever ridden. It also has that elastic lace in here, so keeps everything kind of nice and tight. You forget that it's even on, and then when you do need it, when you do stab your foot on the ground or something, it's there for you. It gives you protection. I've hit my toe super hard on a route, just on the side of the trail, sticking out a little bit. Totally saved me, bounced my foot off, I was fine, good to go. So I think Ride Concepts nailed it with this shoe. I think these ones are a great option if you kind of have a specific need. But overall, if you're just going to buy one shoe, kind of do it all, then definitely check out the Powerline. Like I said, my favorite one to date, and I can't wait to see what they have moving forward. Personally, I do think that the rubber on the bottom could get a little bit stickier. I think the 4.0 rubber is definitely a big upgrade over the 6.0 as far as grip, but realistically, I think for them to be on the level of like a 510 Stealth rubber, it needs to get a little softer. But I do know that they're working on some stuff, and moving forward, they should have some really great options for that. I hope this kind of helps you guys out a little bit. Like I said, just wanted to give you a quick overview, help you out if you're making a decision to try to buy some or you're not sure what you want to get. Then, like I said, I highly recommend the Powerline. And then if you're going to be doing big jumps, need some extra heel support, then these Wildcats are a great option. And then if you just want like an easy day-to-day wear and you go to the skate park or pump track after work, then I think this is a great option shoe as well. Like I said, number one reason I would pick Ride Concepts over another brand is just protection. So if you want to save your feet, if you want to save your heels, if you want to try to just make sure you can ride as much as possible without having those weird injuries, then I think these are a great option and definitely will be wearing them more in the future. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoy. Hope this was informative. And if you have any questions, feel free to add them in the comments below. If you like this video, definitely subscribe. It'll help me keep doing more stuff like this in the future. And if you have anything that you want me to highlight, let me know. I'm going to be working with nashbar.com to do some more reviews like this moving forward. So if there is something that you want to know more about, you just can't quite find the information, please add it in the comments and I'll try to get that taken care of for you. So thanks guys.